So you want to join the military to help people. That's great. Keep watching. I'll tell you why I don't think that's a good idea. What is up, guys? You're tuning in to Nikki MGTV for another military video for all your military video needs. As always, you can hit me up on Instagram, Snapchat, or down in the comments below if you have questions. But as always, let's roll right into the topic, and that is joining the military to quote-unquote help people. And I hear this all the time, and I'll tell you my little background story. I never joined for that reason, but when I was in A school for Corpsman A school, one of the instructors, not mine, of my sister class there was like, hey, I want an essay on why you want to be a corpsman, and don't say it's because you want to help people, because it's almost like a cop-out. From my experience of over 10 years now, going on 11 in November, I will say this: I don't wake up every day and say, oh my gosh, thank God I'm helping somebody. I'm not sitting there thinking that, because that's like, you're not living in the moment at that time, and it's probably not a healthy way to think, because if you're always thinking that you're like saving the world or something, it's really not that. And that's kind of where I think people get the idea that some service members can be quote-unquote entitled or feel like they should be thanked for their service. So while there's also a lot of memes going around that are saying that people, just because you're in the military doesn't make you a good person, which is still very true, because again, this is a spectrum of over 300 million people going to 1%. And I mean, obviously there's physical requirements, mental requirements, but there's not good people requirements, if you know what I mean. So there's going to be some good people, there's going to be bad people, there's good and bad everywhere you go. When you want to help people, quote unquote, you have to have skills to help people. And I've had people write me saying they want to go to med school after they do the military because they want to fulfill this desire to help people. I'm like, well, how about you do medical school first? That way you have more skills and more ability to help more people, right? Like, that sounds more beneficial to me than just being like, oh, I'm here to help. Like, yes, you have manual labor, you got these muscles here. Being able to use your brain effectively to actually make an impact, I think, is a huge difference. And that's something I've learned as I've gone on. Obviously, education is not the only way to help, but I'm just saying, if you want that true impact, as someone that's been on medical civic action programs, which are these pop-up clinics where doctors, corpsmen, all that go out there, it sucks because I wish I could have done more in that situation. I wasn't a doctor, where there are people that had conditions going on for years that had no idea what was going on. So that's just made me feel helpless or hopeless, you know. Obviously it's great what you're doing, but if you have the skills and you're there, it would be nice to match those two together. If you want to help people, you don't need to leave your hometown to help people. And I know it may not be as exotic and cool, like, you know, it's almost like people are like, I'm going to join the Peace Corps or go do something cool in Africa or somewhere else, or I'm going to travel on a ship and, you know, serve America. But realistically, there's more gray area to helping people, what's perceived to help. You're going to have people that hate you because you're in the military. You're going to have people that love you because you're in the military. It's just a spectrum, you know. Not everybody takes the military as a help. Some people think it's a bad thing. You know, I'm not trying to shine light on that, because obviously these are very extreme on the spectrum, but I'm just letting you know that, like, don't think that everyone's going to love you because you walk around saying you're in the military. And I also think it's important to kind of look in your backyard. What can you do right now to make an impact? And if you're looking for the feel good, I think you're going to find more feel good when you actually get to build relationships with people and do that. So for example, when I was a teenager, I literally taught skate lessons every summer to the kids that would want to come skate. That was just because I had the interest in doing the activity. I wanted them to be interested, and it was fun. And all I got in return was I could skate for free the entire year at that skate park. So it was kind of community service in that way. I guess I wasn't really paid, but you know, it's the little stuff, you know. And I built relationships. I'm still friends with certain people that I taught with. I'm friends with students that went to go skate there. You know, it's very crazy how, like, that reward, and people will remember the good that you do if you just put out that little bit. It doesn't have to be the extreme of putting your entire life to saving people or helping people. I say all this because you leaving home, quitting a job, taking this over another opportunity that you could do in life, I mean, helping people doesn't have to be every single day. You could do it once a month, twice a month, once a week. You know, you don't have to devote your entire life to it if that's what you think that the quote-unquote mission is. Also, while you're in the military, if you're enlisted, they're going to want you to volunteer anyway, so it's going to be kind of your job to volunteer and serve the nation. And that's kind of been the meme where, like, if you watch Charlie Jr., he's one of the comedians in the military sphere of comedy. Also, he does other stuff. Check him out if you want. But he makes a video which looks like this.
Yes, that's all good, but what about collateral duties, schooling, what is it, community service? Community service? I serve a whole country, and you worry about some community service? I serve a whole entire country, 24/7. You worry about the community?
And it's funny, he makes humor out of it, but you're like, why are we volunteering? But it's one of the things that we do in the military to build relationships. But yeah, so I hope this helps you guys understand why I don't think it's a good reason to. I do think that if you're joining the military, you obviously need to have multiple reasons, right? Like if it's travel, education, develop on yourself and get some kind of discipline, and maybe feel like you're a part of something bigger, like having a multitude of things, or maybe you're just super patriotic, like whatever your mixture or blend is of joining, that's great, but I don't want you helping people to be your primary thing. I talk about my experience being on the USNS Mercy, or they also have the Comfort as well, which does humanitarian missions. That's not a very common thing to do. There are natural disasters that do happen where military can help out there as well. But again, these are not like what you get to do on a regular basis. These are like secondary type missions, because you have to think, what is the primary mission of any military? To prepare for war or win a war. That's it. So I'm not saying it to scare you. I'm saying it to be just like, understand you can do that, but it can also come at a cost if, quote unquote, helping people or defending people is going to put your life on the line. So just understand my thought process of that. But as always, guys, if you guys do have questions about the military, you can always hit me up on Instagram, Snapchat, or down in the comments below. I love you guys. I'll see you next time.